it's a great challenge for the team. We're obviously 1-0 down and we have to win to level the series. And we've lost the toss, we're in the field, so we'll have to do it the hard way. But there's no reason why we can't put India under pressure today with some early wickets.
Talk me through that smile on your face when the coin came down against you.
Well, you know it was quite an important toss, and we'd have liked to have batted, but we have won a big game in a similar circumstance a few years ago against South Africa. We're 2-1 down, we lost the toss, we're in the field and we won that game, so there's no reason why we can't do it this week.
England unchanged, and Michael Vaughan will now have to convince his team that today is an opportunity. India will feel some nerves having won the toss, knowing they must make good that opportunity. Chris Tremlett, Ryan Sidebottom, James Anderson and Monty Panesar, key men for England. India also unchanged. Watch out for the stellar middle order. They haven't made 100 yet in the series. It's a very good looking pitch, easy paced I imagined, a nice even covering of dry grass. A paradise for batsmen. And the first runs, poor ball from James Anderson, crashed away by Wasim Jaffer. Oh, that's a lovely off drive. The economy of movement from Wasim Jaffer made the stroke for no wicket from 4. That's an excellent stroke, and it'll go all the way for 6. Clever batting. Up and over by Wasim Jaffer. And again, the placement makes it now. This outfield's quite quick, given it's been a wet summer, and Michael Vaughan is unable to stop the ball reaching the boundary's edge.
And what these two, Jaffer and Karthik, did so well at Trent Bridge was that they gave the Indians a good base on which to start their innings, and they seem to be doing so once again.
Oh, good shot. Nothing wrong with that. Just a little bit too full and too leg side-ish from Tremlett. So it's easy then and just easy away for 4.
It's in the air and it's caught. And what a trap set by Michael Vaughan and James Anderson. It was a deliberate attack of short pitch bowling. A deep square leg and a third man had been set. And Michael Vaughan has shown creativity in prizing out the first wicket.
Yes, it's exactly why Vaughan is so rated as a captain, because he thinks outside that proverbial bubble. England might have gone for something orthodox here. Instead, they've gone for something unorthodox, and it's worked. Wasim Jaffer made 35, a lovely, elegant 35 too. Now 62 for 1.
That is simply an outstanding straight drive from Dinesh Karthik. Nice way to get off the mark for Rahul Dravid.
This is perfectly set up for Rahul Dravid, the master of the long competitive innings.
Nicely turned away by Dravid. Just trying to find that little bit of swing in towards the pads. Panesar over the wicket now to Karthik. Neatly flicked away for his 52. It's been a feature of his play, actually, how delicate his bat work has been. No big shots, really, just lots of nice accumulation. Oh, good shot. Played that late. Nicely played. Quality shot from Rahul Dravid.
Catch it!
And that's even better. 2 men there for the drive, and remember, he got out before last test match and he smacked it straight between them. Nothing wrong with Monty's bowling, just quality batting. It's 50 for Rahul Dravid. You can almost sense from his response that clench of the fist, and then the acknowledgement all around the ground that
It's a very determined man who would regard winning a series in England as a fabulous achievement. Oh, yes. Fabulous off-drive. That's a good story, Dinesh Karthik. He began life as a dashing middle-order batsman and wicket-keeper, and he's been transformed, really, into an opening batsman of substance. Yes, great footwork. What a shot that is. Inside out over extra cover used to be the domain of Barry Richards. These days, anybody who can bat can do it, but none better than that from Dinesh Karthik.
Oh, yes. See that lovely line that side bottom gets so often, not as often today, but just moving away from him a touch, and Dravid just lost his concentration for a moment. That is a brute of a delivery from James Anderson. It swung late and defeated Rahul Dravid. All ends up, yes, it took a special delivery, and Anderson has delivered.
Well, I think Rahul Dravid was softened up the last over by Sidebottom. Ryan Sidebottom got him probing and tentative outside off stump. And that's not like Rahul Dravid, who's known as the wall because he's difficult to get out. He got him turned round there, playing it to leg as it just swung, as Ian said. Beautifully bowled, great cricket. They've got to bowl well to get out a top batsman like Rahul Dravid. 55, and India 189 for 2.
First loose shot from Karthik, and it cost him his wicket. Well bowled by Ryan Sidebottom. Just had the strength of mind to angle one across Karthik. He's deprived by 9. A century. The same score, in fact, that Tendulkar was out at Trent Bridge. And at last, Sidebottom has got reward for perseverance.
It's the line that Geoffrey Boycott wanted, and it has worked. Sidebottom deserved more than he got at Trent Bridge. He's got a fantastic smile on his face here today, and he's lifted the crowd at the Oval too. Really good innings from a most promising player. 91 from Dinesh Karthik. It's 199 for 3.
It doesn't seem to suggest that Karthik nicked that, but the bowlers and umpire were very confident.
It's a horrible little time for India before tea here. Another strike, and it's very much England's session.
Oh, in the air, through the slips. Slightly uncertain start by Ganguly.
Bowled and well played, beautifully played. He wanted to tease Tendulkar there with a foolish delivery wide, but he was good enough to have a great stride and play it fabulously. Gorgeous. That's the Prince of Calcutta at his best. Effortless timing.
I love the way he just stands there and admires it after he hits it.
Dropped it. It should have been one that Matt Pryor would have taken 9 out of 10 times. How valuable could that prove to be? Well, certainly for India. That is an obvious blemish. Didn't go that quickly. The height was comfortable. Yeah, he had to move to his right. And the good guys, the good keepers, would wrap that up. Pryor didn't. Yeah, Ganguly took a long time before he actually had a dart at Panesar. And he's gotten a good hold of that one. It's gone all the way for 6.
Oh, hello. LBW. Paul Collingwood, you ripper. Late swing from Collingwood. This might be the thing that convinces Michael Vaughan not to take the new ball. Oh, and inside edge on that. Ganguly's got a rough one, as he did incidentally at Trent Bridge. He can barely believe it. Well, what a thing this cricket is sometimes. You just don't know what'll happen next. Ganguly, LBW Collingwood for 37. It's 276 for 4. New ball is taken by Michael Vaughan, and it's about the right timing, I'd say.
That's a nicely guided shot through the offside. Just beautifully opened the face there. It wasn't perhaps in the perfect position to play that shot, but the handiwork covered for his lack of footwork.
Oh, well, that's gone steered through by Laxman, and that boundary is going to bring up his 5,000 runs in Test match cricket. Well played. Oh, that's lucky. Lucky lad is Sachin Tendulkar. That beautifully bowled by Jimmy Anderson. He teased him with a little outswinger there. He swung in the air, he went for it, but it didn't go to hand. Excellent cricket here.
Play ended on the first day with India 316 for 4. Dinesh Karthik, much the best innings there. He deserved 100 for his stroke play. Sachin Tendulkar worked hard for his 48. 3 hours and 11 minutes it took him. VVS Laxman is threatening, unbeaten on 20. Ryan Sidebottom and James Anderson looked the most threatening of the English bowlers. A wicket and 2 wickets respectively, and 1 there for Paul Collingwood. Hard as Tremlett and Panesar toiled, nothing for them.
India hold the cards going into the start of this day's play. This second new ball for England is only 8 overs old. Still relatively hard. That's 50 for Sachin Tendulkar. A constructed innings if ever there was one. And while it will mean something special to him, it's to double it that he really wants. Nice timing from VVS Laxman. Anderson looking for swing and getting it too straight. Runs are flowing again. That might be a case of deliberately hitting it up from Sachin Tendulkar.
More good timing from VVS.
Again, it's flawed. Again, the judgment of Pryor has to be questioned. It looked as though it was going comfortably to first slip. And opportunities go a-begging. Sidebottom must be distraught. It's him again.
Chris Tremlett into the attack. And pulled away nonchalantly by VVS Laxman. That's going to go all the way. He's latched onto that loosener. And he's gone to 50. It's been an exquisite, exhilarating innings. 10 fours in it. A situation tailor-made for a man of his expansive repertoire. Brings up the 350 for India. One-way traffic this morning. That's a beautiful ball, and Tremlett's done it at last. Excellent delivery there, just lifting off a shortish length. And VVS Laxman, who's already been dropped this morning, could only guide it through to, for once, the safe hands of Matt Pryor.
You watch here, he gets Laxman playing a little bit away from his body, and he's thoroughly deserved it.
5th wicket falls, 354. Laxman gone for a very enterprising 51. Mahendra Singh Dhoni at number 7 for India. Well bowled. Dhoni kind of almost jumping into that shot. In fact, he's managed to lever it for 4. Incredible shot, really.
Oh, that's a good shot. Well, that's an excellent shot. Perfectly timed by Tendulkar.
Well, that's not good from Modi Panesar, but it's just what Mahendra Singh Dhoni enjoys. Great stroke. Sachin Tendulkar has always been a marvellous on-driver of the ball. Good catch, safe catch. Brilliantly bowled by James Anderson. It's Andrew Strauss at first slip. This time Matt Pryor didn't have a dabble, and Strauss has finished the job. So Sachin Tendulkar is not able to make the 100 that he so craves. We say goodbye to Sachin Tendulkar. 82 he made. We don't know if it's the last time. We know that watching him has been a good time. The score's 417 for 6.
It's a lovely shot from Dhoni, a controlled shot to bring up his half century. It's been a fluent knock from the wicketkeeper batsman. 53 off just 65 balls. My, that's a confident looking stroke from Kumble. India have established themselves into a good position in this match. Vaughan must be very close to a mode of resignation.
Well, that solves the problem of the bowling at leg stump a bit negatively. Dhoni smashed him for 6 and brought up the 50 partnership. Oh, he's off again. This is Dhoni now. Scoreboard's good for India, and now he's after the bowling. He's a very, very dangerous customer. Oh, he can't keep bowling short and wide. This is a bad field setting for young Tremlett. Oh, width again. Even Cumbly's getting in on the act now. Here he goes. Dhoni's going. The occasional off spin from Peterson has been dispatched right up into the top tier, and the crowd applauded a wonderful strike. 500 up now for India. Here he goes again. Is this going to be out? Is this going to be out? Out of the ground. Don't worry about it. He's not going to poke around with Kevin Peterson bowling. Oh, he's going again. And he's out. Nicely caught. Well caught. So England have bought a wicket. Kevin Peterson's second wicket in Test match cricket. And no wonder he's thrilled a bit. Alistair Cook caught that very neatly. So Kevin Peterson's bought a wicket here.
Yeah, Dhoni will be disappointed. He'll be kicking himself. There was 100 here for the taking. Yeah, it was exciting. 2 sixes for the third and fourth deliveries at the over. It was a good innings, entertaining from Dhoni. Gone for 92, 508 for 7.
That's better from Kumble. Been in for quite a while now, nearly 2 hours.
No, that could go for 4. An unlucky edge. It's his 50. That's all that matters. Well played, Anil Kumble. But just spared a thought for Jimmy Anderson. While Kumble celebrates and the Indian team are happy at 551 for 7. And Jimmy Anderson's bowled pretty well without any luck. Oh, what a good shot. Dear, oh dear. Chris Tremlett's first ball loosener. It creamed through mid-off.
This should be out. Will it be out? Anderson's under it. Oh yes. Easily taken, and Monty Panesar's first wicket of the match. He may never have worked harder for a wicket, and Zahir Khan is gone.
His 36th over, Panesar finally breaks his duck in this match. 1 for 129 this one gives him, and it's just a nice bit of air there. Just drew Zahir down the pitch with a big hoik, the top edge, and actually that wasn't an easy catch for Anderson out of a fairly clear blue sky, but he took it comfortably. 570 for 8, India.
It's gone through. On through under the hands of mid-off. Good shot. There wasn't enough venom in it from Anderson. It's his first ball of a new spell after some 37 overs that he bowled previously. That was whacked away by RP Singh. What a catch. That had to be reflex. It was struck firmly enough to Anderson's left, and he just stuck up a hand quite nonchalantly. Well, he moves on to 4 wickets and in sight of a 5-wicket haul.
591 for 9, India.
He hits it well. In fact, he hits it very, very well. It's gone for 6. The challenge was laid by Vaughan and Panesar with mid-off and mid-on. 600 comes up as well for India.
Well, there's the spiritual leader of the Barmy Army, Bill Cooper, striking up a tune, trying to raise spirits amongst the England supporters. I don't know what he's playing, but the best thing to play at the moment would be a lament.
An important boundary for Anil Kumble, because it takes him now to his highest test score and takes him into the 90s.
Good shot. It's found the boundary again. It takes Kumble to 97 and also takes India to their best score against England ever, beating 628 at Leeds 5 years ago. They're all on the balcony, the Indians, as Anil Kumble reaches uncharted territory. 97 not out, 3 short of his first ever Test 100. Here he goes down the wicket, and it's a missed stumping. In fact, it's not, it's a bottom edge, and he's got it. 4 runs in a most unlikely fashion, but what a thing to celebrate for Anil Kumble, who's been playing Test cricket for 17 years, 561 Test wickets, and now 1 Test century. What a shot from Srisanth. That's extraordinary. That's nearly in the old cricketer's pub, over deep square leg. That could be it. The fun's over at last. India are bowled out for 664. It's taken England 170 overs to do it, and after 12 hours of toil, finally they can think about putting their pads on.
What a fantastic batting card. Given that India's first objective was to bat England out of the game, you can safely say that they've managed to achieve it. Just about everybody contributing, but Anil Kumble will never forget the day at the Oval when he made 100. A huge smile across his face, applause from his teammate Sri Srisanth, who had fun at the end there. All in all, it was a rum old business for the England bowlers. Full marks to James Anderson, 4 for 182 in 40 overs bowled, 40 more for Chris Tremlett, 45 for Monty Panesar. All of which left England with 8 overs to face, and you kind of felt that the inevitable might happen. I'm afraid it did. Andrew Strauss went before the close of play, leaving England 24 for 1. At the close, 640 was the difference. There's a mountain to climb there for England.
And the day's hero, Anil Kumble, is with me now. All those wickets, more than 500 of them, and I bet this Test match 100 today is the biggest thrill of the lot.
Oh yes, it's a very special moment. I always thought that, one day I'd like to get there, and I chose today. So it's very special, and I'm very happy about the way things came about today.
No one in Test history has taken more innings to get there, but you've always batted with pride, haven't you?
Oh yes, I've put I know how difficult it is to get a wicket as a bowler. So whenever I go out there, I definitely put up a prize on my wicket and ensure that as long as the batsman's there, I like to hang around and then take my chances. And all credit to Zahir Khan initially, and then Srishant, the way they gave me support.
That's out. Is it? No, it's down. That position is such a good one, and it nearly came off. But Dinesh Karthik has put down really a relative sitter there off the bat of Alistair Cook. Well, that was through. It's difficult playing a bowler of Srishant's style because he sprays it both sides of the wicket and then he produces quite a good one.
Oh, a chance. A difficult chance. The best teams make those work for them. Alistair Cook now twice dropped at leg slip. Ah, that's good stroke. Well done. Really well done. This is just what India don't need. The night watchman, James Anderson, playing as if he should have come in at number 3.
Well, James Anderson actually is playing better than Alistair Cook.
They're asking for LBW now. Run out his arm, might be out. James Anderson had to scramble. That's brilliant work by India. Srishant is the man who did the run out, but it's RP Singh who's going to get the credit, because would you believe it, Ian Howe has just given out James Anderson LBW. And Hawkeye suggests that umpire Ian Howe got it dead right. 16 for James Anderson. He played well.
He's literally spanked. That 4 takes Alistair Cook to 47. This is his highest score of this series between India and England. It should be 50 for Alistair Cook. He's had to work a lot harder. Sometimes it's been difficult with the ball swinging. His first 50 of this series.
That's a 4-ball. A little bit, anything short and wide at the oval here with a nice bounce, you just clip it away, and the fast outfield, it's 4 runs to Michael Vaughan. Oh, he's gone for a shot. Well, that came from nowhere, Michael Vaughan. Oh, catch it. That's a lollipop. He's done it again, just when he's in. Alistair Cook playing across the line. He gets his foot too far over, then has to play across it, and a leading edge just pops up in the air.
He gets his pad the wrong side of the ball so often, it's costing him with LBWs and leading edges like that. The shake of the head, 61 he made, 119 for 3 England.
Catch. Wow, my goodness me, Michael Vaughan. Last over before lunch. What are you doing? Kumble's stroke. He's trying to cream the ball through the offside. That's definitely not what England wanted.
He's a fantastic bowler. It is the top spinner. It's either that or the googly. I think it probably is the top spinner. It might hold up in the pitch a bit, but I mean, Michael Vaughan will look back on that as a poor shot. In fact, the players are going off for lunch, led by the man who's most disconsolate.
One of the talking points of the morning was Alistair Cook reacting to a disappointing series against India and one or two technical issues that have arisen. If we look at his test career overall before this test, we can see 3 excellent series to begin, but then 2 out of the last 3 disappointing, averaging only 27 against Australia and 29 in this series against India in the first 2 tests. All 4 times in this series he's been out LBW trying to work the ball away to leg from straight. That was Ganguly at Lords. This was Zahir Khan at Trent Bridge, again working a ball that was too straight. And those are the 4 LBW decisions against him in this series. 1 a little high, but the other 3 around the off stump and trying to work the ball through the leg side. That, of course, is his strength. He's well known as a very proficient leg side player. But there's an internal struggle going on against the quicker bowlers as he tries to keep the blade as straight as possible for as long as possible. You can see him just rehearsing the shot there, and the Indians are trying to bend it into his pads and try and make him fall over and work it to leg. He's trying to counter it as hard as possible. He's changed his stance against the left arm over, standing now on leg stump rather than middle, to allow for the fact that he does take quite a big stride across his crease as the ball is delivered. It's a nice relaxed setup there from Cook. Then here comes the stride across the crease, which sometimes means he's overbalanced and he's outside off with his head when the ball is on middle and off. At least he was keeping the blade straight there, but sometimes the old habits return, and you can see he's really overbalanced there quite badly with his head falling away to the offside, and he's trying to hit the ball too square through square leg rather than mid-on. He was lucky to survive that LBW decision, but soon after he got to 50, it was again trying to play across the line of a ball down the leg side, getting a leading edge, and in fact it was the bounce of Kumble as much as the angle which caused his downfall. You can see Kumble getting quite a lot of lift from a good length on this hard oval pitch.
Incredible stroke. Few people can do that, flat back the ball like that. You've got to have extraordinary hand-eye coordination. I think we can safely say that Kevin Pietersen has just that. Nice bowling, laid out swingers from Sreesanth. He's mixed it up, both in-swing and out-swing. Paul Collingwood has not been in his best touch, not by any means. This is a severe test for him.
Dealing with that, but I don't think they're going to get it. They're not having a good day, aren't India? They're bowling magnificently, and nothing is really going for them.
That's gone away for 4. It's been an amazing period of sustained pressure by India. And that's only 8 runs to Kevin Pietersen in the last hour at the crease. He's had to respect some very good bowling from Kumble and the Seamers.
Pretty good stroke by Kevin Pietersen.
Neat. Good use of the pace there from Paul Collingwood. He's got him! First ball, incredible! Oh dear, dear. That's a disastrous wicket for England. Pietersen puts his batter under his arm, walks disconsolately off. Well, a little bit of magic from Sachin Tendulkar, and aren't the Indians delighted?
Well, no wonder they're happy with this. This is a little leg spinner wide. Pietersen goes after it, it turns. And it's as simple as that to first slip Rahul Dravid. And they can't believe their luck. Why play a shot like that with T looming? Well, I can't work it out. Maybe you better ask Kevin Pietersen, who made 41. And England are 202 for 5. Full toss wide, and Bell's put it away.
No problem. Once the ball's short on this pitch, it stands up to be hit. It takes Paul Collingwood to 50, for which he's worked incredibly hard. So many runs have come to third man in this match. 50 partnership. But England still 409 behind India. Clever. Wonderful touch.
Although it was a little bit quicker from Anil Kumble. Blatter. Good strike. Magnificent strike from Ian Bell. That is 50 to Ian Bell. A much needed score given his lean patch over the last 6 innings prior to this test match. Stylishly played off just 77 deliveries. All gone. Sreesanth has struck his first wicket of the test match, and this second new ball in his first over has worked against Paul Collingwood.
I'm not sure Paul Collingwood thinks much of the decision. The way he plays is always working to leg with that bottom hand, but you can tell he thinks it was missing leg stump. He's pretty miserable about that. We'll get a better view here. New ball. Oh, I don't know. It seemed to hit the seam and hold its line a bit, did it? Well, I think it's missing. And I think Collingwood is disappointed. I would be if I was him. He made 62 and England 288 for 6.
Nice. Bell is taking a little bit of toll on this second new ball. He's hit a couple of boundaries now in fine style. He's easy to watch.
That's out. Bell's gone. He's walked. He's discussing with himself for that loose shot. Just as he was really starting to come to terms with the pitch and really starting to play a nice innings. It's gone really with a lapse of concentration and the perseverance of Zahir Khan.
Yeah, it's been a sort of evident thing in the series how few batsmen seem to be able to go on and make big scores. 63 for Ian Bell, 303 for 7 England. That's still 361 behind India.
Up in the air, oh dear, it's a terrible miss hit. Sidebottom's walking off. Zahir Khan really pumped up, it seems, with this second new ball. And it's his second wicket in the over. England now really teetering, 305 for 8, and Sidebottom's on his way. Edged and taken by Sachin Tendulkar. Matt Pryor goes for a 37-minute duck, which completes a horrible 3 days for him at the Oval. Conceded a lot of byes, he's dropped 2 catches, and he couldn't even get on the scorebook.
Sreesanth has been pretty spectacular all day, actually. He's swung the ball around. He's bowled with a lot of verve and a certain aggression, and he thoroughly deserves another wicket. Yep, misery for Matt Pryor. It's 305 for 9.
Nicely played by Chris Tremlett there. Sreesanth seeking the Yorker. That was confidently clipped through mid-wicket.
As if for dear life, Chris Tremlett and Marty Panesar held on until the close. England finished at 326 for 9. There were 60s for Cook, Collingwood and Bell and 40 for Peterson, but none of them went on when they should have done. India bowled extremely well, and we should have a word for Rahul Dravid, who handled his attack cleverly, not least when he brought on Sachin Tendulkar to get out Kevin Peterson. There it is then, England 338 runs behind the Indians, a woeful position in which they find themselves.
The difference between the sides, 338, that's India's advantage, of course. England 9 down in their first innings, but the rumour going round the Oval is that India will not enforce the follow-on.
Four runs for Monty Panesar. Quite quick this outfield. Very quick this outfield. Oh, no, not on... Oh, yes, Ian Howell. Monty Panesar will barely believe it. He's been asking Ian Howell all summer, and Howell's been turning him down. The wheel has turned against Monty Panesar. Terrific performance by the Indian bowlers, not least by Anil Kumble, who's stuck at it. In fact, that looks a pretty good decision by Howell, and Hawkeye confirming as much. The days are gone where if you got a good stride forward, you weren't given out. There's the England card, 345. Tremlett doing well to be unbeaten, but we pointed out yesterday, too many people there getting in and not going on to big scores. A splendid performance by Zahir Khan, 3 for 32, 2 for Srisanth, 3 for Anil Kumble, 1 each for RP Singh and for Sachin Tendulkar. Rahul Dravid has chosen not to enforce the follow-on, therefore it's India who will now bat.
No, too short, nicely played by Kartik, just helped it over the top. Oh, that's out. No shot, is it too high? Oh, that's right. Whoa, what a slow death. What a slow death if you're the batsman. You think you've got away with that.
Well, I don't know whether Jaffa was a bit unlucky here. He's looking to leave the ball on length. That was short of a length. Was that going over the top? That's why Ian Howell was a little bit uncertain about whether to give that. Hawkeye suggesting height was in the batsman's favour. Poor old Jaffa's gone for a blonger.
Better, that's it, perfect, absolutely perfect. If you wanted to bowl a delivery and you dreamt about bowling where to bowl, off stump, that fuller length, and that was brilliant. Now, if you could bowl a few more of those, Mr. Tremlett, you'll get a few more wickets as well.
It's his first time opening the bowling for England in a test match. That was a smart catch by Paul Collingwood too. And just a sniff of a chance here for England. 10 for 2 India now. Could this be the last time that Sachin Tendulkar graces an England test ground?
What a little passage by England. What a bowler James Anderson has become. It may well be Sachin Tendulkar's last test match innings in England, and what a way for it to end.
Wonderful feeling for James Anderson. He would have swung away, and this one, if anything, just held its line. Maybe even nipped back just slightly, ever so much, and found the gap between Tendulkar's bat and pad. Not an easy thing to do over Tendulkar's career, but a big wicket to take, and this is the last that England will see of Sachin Tendulkar, possibly in a test match anyway. 11 for 3.
Fantastic. Sourav Ganguly is taking the wind out of English sails here.
Oh, 4 more.
I need to chase that. Very good. Really enjoyable innings from Sourav Ganguly. Remember that he came in, yeah, he can do that. He came in when India were in strife, real strife. 3 down for just 11. and he's dragged them out of that mire and into a situation where all is possible. Nice catch, sharp catch. Paul Collingwood has a wicket. Andy Strauss is the man who finished the job for him, and a splendid cameo from Sourav Ganguly comes to an end. Collingwood's got him twice, but he did the job for his captain. He accelerated the scoring rate, he got rid of those nerves right at the start of the innings, and the fact is that as he leaves the field, India lead by 395. 76 for 4 now.
Gone. Good catch and good bowling from Paul Collingwood. Picked up Ganguly, now he's picked up Dravid. It's been a slow innings from the Indian captain, and it comes to an end.
It was a nice delivery too. It just swung a bit. It was getting him stretching forward. Just keeps on going out. And a neat catch, but Rahul Dravid, he struggled. He knows that. He's got 12 runs in 96 balls, and it's been hard work, but still India 89 for 5, lead by 408.
Catch it! Turn out of the footmarks for Monty. Sharp chance to Alistair Cook. Breaking up a lull in play.
Well played, Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Got 1,000 runs in Test match cricket, and his public loves him. Played. Lovely cricket shot, just steered that. And look at it, it's raced away for 4. Lakshman at his best. Oh, he's hit that. That's rocketing for 4.
And that's out. A slow one, I think, from Chris Trimlett. Has finally done the trick. He just maybe held that one back a touch, and Dhoni looking to try and be expansive on the offside, as his side would expect, just gets a little nick through to Matt Pryor.
Bit of extra bounce as well from Tremlett. He comes from a great height, 6'7", and look how steeply it rises. It really only lobs through, maybe because of the height, a little lack of pace on it hitting the seam. Entertaining innings from Dhoni, 36, 158 for 6.
Having used up 4 hours of the game and 58 overs of the day's play, Rahul Dravid finally declared with India 180 for 6. It was a hard-nosed approach from the Indian captain, who took 96 balls over 12 runs himself. That was a lovely 46, by the way, from VVS Laxman. The English bowling was very combative, given they're without Ryan Sidebottom. All credit goes to Anderson, Tremlett, Collingwood, and to a degree Monty Panesar, though he's found it much harder here at the Oval just about every time that he's come here. 500 is the figure that England require to win the game. A day and a bit to bat to save it. That'll be 4. Just lent on it. No problem with a full toss for Strauss, who's very strong in the mid-wicket area.
Well, it's just a juicy full toss on his legs, just put it away.
Well, goes for 4 because nobody's back deep on the leg side. This leg slip position has really posed a problem for Alistair Cook because of where his front leg is and where his head is.
Horrible piece of fielding by Zahir Khan. Suppose you could forgive him the concentration has lapsed, and he's blessed Andrew Strauss with 4 runs.
That's the 50 partnership between these two, and they've done that before, but they haven't ever put together a 100 partnership. This opportunity is the perfect time.
The example has been set by Alistair Cook and Andrew Strauss. It is up to the others to follow. England survived 20 overs there until the close of play to be 56 for no wicket. 444 behind India. It's only a notion that they could win the game, but they certainly could bat for 3 sessions and save it.
Come on.
This one's for Andrew Strauss, first boundary of the day. Shot that brought the downfall of Strauss in the first innings, brings him 4 this time around.
It may be that he is making a conscious effort to hit these strokes down. You start with the bat a bit higher and then come down on the ball, rather than start with the bat a little lower and coming up. Much more controlled he is with the shot.
Nice. Andrew Strauss's application in this innings has been admirable, and it's been a very, very good sense of timing and watchfulness.
Nicely driven by Alistair Cook. That was the attempted Yorker probably from Srisanth. Didn't really swing very much, but it was neatly played by Cook. He waited for it, just pushed it past the bowl without too much of an extravagant follow through, and he gets a boundary. Oh, that could be out, and it is out. That was beautifully bowled. A change of bowling. R.P. Singh had come on from the pavilion end. Maybe just a slight loss of concentration. Strauss there trying to force that ball. Wasn't really quite short enough. It swung slightly, took the edge, and it's the first breakthrough. And England's opening pair have failed again to make a 100 partnership.
Well, there was no need for that shot. It was a good length ball. He shouldn't have been forcing it. He'll know that on his way back. He's played very carefully and sensibly this morning, and you see how he kicks the floor. He knows he's forcing it off the back foot, and he shouldn't have done. The big breakthrough there for India. Strauss out for 32, 79 for 1.
This is going to be a forensic examination of Alistair Cook's defensive technique from Kumble. Well played. He's just waited for that and tucked it away behind the square. He's not really a sweeper of the ball, Cook. He likes to play with a straight bat of his pads, and there's no one back, which is unusual. Wednesday's the day that commemorates 60 years since Indian independence, the day that partition was announced between Pakistan and India. It was 15th of August 1947.
Oh, out brilliantly. Absolutely brilliantly caught, and he was set up beautifully by the whole Indian team. Well, Anil Kumble has sprung the trap. Laxman caught it absolutely sensationally. Low and quick it went, and Cook fell for it.
It's a good sharp catch by VVS Laxman. Alistair Cook tried to combat the trap by working it firmly. He thought firmly enough to beat the men in the leg side. It didn't. He's gone for 43, 86 for 2.
Looking back at the Cook dismissal, look where his front foot is. It's on the same line as the ball, and his front foot should be to the left side of the ball, so the bat can come down straight and play it to mid-on. Now then, because his foot's on the ball, you see how his head's gone too far to the offside. He's falling over, and then he has to come around the pad and play it behind to the trap that's set. Now then, oh, first ball, what a juicy full toss of Kevin Peterson. Oh, you've just got a wicket, you've got a man on first ball strike, 4 men round the back, and you give him a lollipop ball. That'll go for 4. hit it into the ground, but it's got enough bat on that to go easily for 4 on this outfield. Too short.
Pure class from Kevin Pietersen. We know that he has it in attack. We've seen it at times in defence throughout the summer, in fairness to him. Today he's got to combine both and make it work for England.
It's not often you see a 4 from Kevin Pietersen trickling to the boundary.
Dropped. Rahul Dravid. I don't think he was expecting it. Simple as that. I think he lost concentration for a moment. I think he thought Vaughan had the ball covered. It's a fine ball. Oh, chance missed. 4 runs to Kevin Pietersen. He gets so much bat on the ball, even when the timing isn't perfect. The strength and there's great, in fairness to him, great placement too.
Neatly played by Michael Vaughan. Probably going to run away for 4. Yeah, a despairing dive from Sreesanth brings up for Michael Vaughan 1,000 runs against India in all Test matches. It's a nice way to start after lunch. Quick single. 2 good things about that single. 1, it brings up the 50 partnership between Michael Vaughan and Kevin Pietersen, and 2, it gets Pietersen off strike against Tendulkar's little teasers. Gorgeous shot. Beautiful use of the feet there from Pietersen. He just backed away slightly, give himself the room to hit that away on the offside. It wasn't a particularly bad ball.
Has that edge? Yes, it has. Sreesanth has created the breakthrough here for India, and Rahul Dravid just a faint tickle through to wicketkeeper Dhoni. The Indian fans are jumping.
Well, Michael Vaughan will be kicking himself. This is just a waft at the ball. It's a nothingness shot. You could almost say it's a getting out shot. He's played with great composure, been very careful in his shot selection, and then he just stands there and just wafts away from his body. He'll be really cross about that. Just that's a loss in concentration. Means he's gone for 42, and England have won 52 for 3.
Has found the gap. That's that little slap shot that Kevin Pietersen plays that at times it makes the heart tremble, but when he middles it, it's worth watching.
It's okay, it's safe. Safe as far as England fans are concerned. Not good news for Indians. 2 men on the drive at mid-wicket and silly mid-off, but no third slip. Comfortable cut. Paul Collingwood loves that area. When he's using his bottom hand, he's at his most happy. Lovely batting by Kevin Pietersen. He stands his ground, stays nice and still, and his natural abilities do the rest.
Well, that's Kevin Pietersen's 50. Very nice one too. He's played in a very disciplined manner. Oh, a shot. Yeah, that's a good shot. Paul Collingwood there. He's had to grit his teeth and work hard, and that's a good sweep. That's a good shot. That is a very, very good shot. I know it's an old ball, 78th overs short, but he pulled that down. He was in total control of that, was Kevin Pietersen.
It's a milestone for Paul Collingwood. He now advances to 2,000 runs in a Test match cricket from 27 Test matches. Really handy play. Yeah, that got some hammer from Paul Collingwood. Slightly short of length, and the bottom man came in and flipped it away. Good use of the feet. Quick feet from Paul Collingwood. Sachin Tendulkar is reasonably slow through the air. That was well read by Kevin Peterson. Tendulkar's been mixing up the leg breaks, the off breaks, a little bit of seamers. Peterson has picked almost everything that has been thrown at him today. How close? Out, in fact. Second new ball has worked immediately as it has been taken. It was a wonderful partnership between Collingwood and Peterson. They just now might shed a different light on the situation. Didn't do a great deal, it just went straight on and through the gap, and Hawkeye indicates that he thinks it's out.
I think the clever thing about it was that it actually swung out a bit before it nipped back, which is why you find Collingwood playing outside its line. Collingwood's gone for 40, 266 for 4, 234 the total to win. You can forget that one.
Nice way to get off the mark for Ian Bell. Streisand just pushing the pencil and getting it too straight and too full.
Powerful strike again from Peterson. You shouldn't say this, I know, but the way he's playing, you think, does he think England could win it? 218 they need. There's the 100 for Kevin Peterson. A fantastic innings too. He's quite a player, particularly when he shows you that he can do it in a rear guard as well as in an offensive.
Well, I think it's one of his better innings because it was a controlled innings. Nothing flashy about it. And he adapted his game to suit the occasion for what England needed.
Oh, good catch. Peterson's gone now. Dinesh Karthik has gone into first slip. Peterson can barely believe it. 4 balls after his 100. And suddenly the Indian support around the ground knows that it's favourite.
Well, is the gate open now? That's the key. New ball, see, still new. Oh, nicely caught. New batsman to come, tail open. India know they have a great chance now. Peterson 101. England 5 down for 289. And there are 21 overs still to bowl.
Four runs for Ian Bell. Most gorgeous cover drive. It's the first stroke that Pryor's seen since he got out here. Remember, Matt Pryor was tortured in the first innings.
Oh, good shot. Very good shot. He deliberately made sure he kept that down, did Ian Bell. Well, that's 50 for Ian Bell. He's got to be careful here, both these batsmen. India are now just trying to buy a wicket, tempt them with Tendulkar on. Oh, that is a good shot. The way he got his feet out of the way, moved him quickly to get in a great position, then timed it fantastically well.
Gone. One shot too many from Ian Bell with 4.5 overs left to go.
But what's he doing? I mean, that's the issue, whether it's out or not out. Why is he doing that when England have got, what, 4 and a bit overs to save the test match? Whoa, whoa, whoa! And side bottom had to be quick. Now, if that had been caught, I reckon that hit his glove. Unbelievable excess of bounce. And that saves the match for England. Only 3 balls left in the final over of the game, and 4 wickets needed for India to win it. And now the very last ball of the game. Plenty of chatter around the bat. Pryor survives it. England are 6 down. They've saved the match, but India have taken the series by 1-0. Virtue of a very fine performance at Trent Bridge. England resisted them here, but it wasn't enough. England had to win. They weren't able to do so, having lost the toss on the first day. India shut them out of the game with 664. Michael Vaughan knew that. He's played his part. All the England batsmen have chipped in. That's a team effort to bat through the day, and 20 overs yesterday evening, but it's Kevin Pietersen's 100 that is the stellar performance in that show. 3 wickets for Sreesanth, 2 for Kumble, 1 for Singh. I wonder if India will look at Zahir Khan's empty wicket column and think that that's why they didn't manage to pull it off. The match is drawn then, but India have the series.
For all India's joy, it's this man, Kevin Pietersen, who saved the day today. You must be mighty proud of that innings.
Yeah, it's an innings that was needed. The circumstances definitely needed someone to bat for a while, but I thought all the batters did well. I thought Cookie and Strauss started off very, very well. Michael Vaughan played real well again. Ian Bell, Paul Collingwood, everybody chipped in, which is something we haven't done this whole series. I mean, yeah, it's something we definitely needed, but it's unfortunate that it only happened today.
Jeffrey Boycott made a point on commentary that you're adapting your game to suit England's needs more and more.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I'd like to say I'm starting to play the situation a lot better now. I think that's important for team success, and that's obviously the way I play. I play to win games for England and to try and do my best to obviously do what I can for the betterment of the team.
Rahul Dravid was a man under pressure when India came home early from the World Cup, but he's come to England and won, and only 2 Indian captains have managed to do that previously. Look at the joy on the faces of those delighted players. Anil Kumble was man of the match, and the 2 men of the series for England, James Anderson, and for India, Zahir Khan.
Rahul, you must be overwhelmed with joy.
Yeah, really happy. Really proud to be captain of this team. I think what we did over these 3 test matches, the efforts that we put in, the hard work that we've put in, has borne fruit today. And I think to win a series here after 21 years is, yeah, it just feels great.
Old hands among the batsmen, but some new faces performing with both bat and ball too.
Exactly. I mean, all around a great team effort. There was, obviously there were some obvious heroes, but everyone chipped in with the bat, with the ball, on the field, enthusiasm and energy, support staff. I mean, I couldn't have asked for anything more. I think it was a great team effort and a great team ethic.
Given you were outplayed at Lord's, you'd say what a thing to have bounced back, wouldn't you?
It is. I mean, it was. We got away a little lucky at Lord's, but I think credit to some of the guys who fought us and got us through that game. And then we just bounced back after that. We were determined to play some better cricket, and we corrected that in the next couple